Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is George, and in today's video we'll be talking about the Saint Martin Black BB58 Homage. In terms of Homage watches, there's only one brand that stands out, specifically on AliExpress in the more premium sector, and that is Saint Martin. The way they managed to achieve that, like I did mention in my previous video when I'm talking about the vintage Rolex Mariner Homage, is by delivering quality consistently all across the range on all their models. Today's watch is a great example of the same quality. It's not perfect. There's still a few things that I think they should have done better, but nevertheless, we have it here today and we're gonna take a look at it. I've left some links into the description box below, affiliate links for you guys in case you wanna purchase it. This was purchased with my own money, so just wanted to make sure you guys know that. Let's get started. After a bit of a wait after ordering, the watch finally came, and on first analysis you can clearly see the quality in the finish that Saint Martin is known for. Everything's finished to a high standard, no sharp edges, the bracelet is comfortable, yet somehow it still doesn't get the wrist time. Stick with me guys, it'll start to make sense soon. Let's get some dimensions out of the way. The case diameter is 40 millimeters, but the bezel sticks out a tiny bit and it brings it out to 40.5. A thickness of 11.5 millimeters with that ever so slightly domed sapphire crystal. A lug width of 20 millimeters and a weight of 145 grams. And a lug to lug of 48 millimeters. But if you take those male end links from the bracelet in consideration, which you should if you want to wear on the bracelet, you have a distance of 54 millimeters, which brings me to my first major issue. Why do they have to do that? You have a great thickness, you have a perfect 48 case lug to lug, and then this, not even 52, which is more manageable. It's, you know, it's good. It's 54. Anyway, as a consequence, the watch wears a bit larger. I think I could just about pull it off, but this is my limit. I think if those end links were female end links, the watch would have an overall more balanced look, even on smaller wrists. Again, if you have over 7-inch wrists, I think you shouldn't have any issues with this. 20 millimeter lug width should offer you plenty of options in case you want to change that bracelet for an alternative strap. Moving on to the case, the finishing is usually the part where Saint Martin shine and always deliver. Brushed on the side and brushed on the top of the lugs, and we have these beautiful high polished bevel edges that really show the great quality level of finishing that Saint Martin always provide. At the 3 o'clock position we have the screw down crown, which again is signed with that shark logo that I really don't see the point of. You guys know how I feel about this, but I'll let it slide this time. And between the screw down crown and the solid sterile screw down case back, this watch has a stated water resistance of 200 meters. Although the crown is grippy, the action I find is not the smoothest. It's not bad by any means, don't get me wrong, it's just a bit more resistance when screwing it back in. Not sure if it's the machining or whatever it is, but the one that I have here has that issue, if you want to call it an issue. I don't think they all like that. The bezel is 120 clicks, it's unidirectional and has this well machined coin edge which provides excellent grip. Once again, this is the area where Saint Martin always shine. The action is satisfactory, the clicks are clean, there's no backplay, it's precise and everything aligns. We also have a black ceramic insert with a red triangle at the 12, also with a Lume pip. And honestly guys, I really don't have any negatives about this. It's just so good, and once again Saint Martin deliver across the board. When it comes to the dial, in terms of design, no credit to Saint Martin on this one. but they do take all the points on execution because this is absolutely stunning and it's so well made. The watch is available in 2 dial colors, black and blue, both also available with or without a logo. Of course, the one that we have here today is the black version. Like I did mention, we have this ever so slightly piece of domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. All the indices are applied with a printed outer minute track, and we have this polished mirror finish that's also on the iconic snowflake hands. At the 12 o'clock we have the Saint Martin hexagonal logo also applied, and it's finished in the same gold tone found on the hands and indices. And lastly, at the 6 o'clock, also printed, we have automatic in 200 meters. Another thing worth mentioning is something that I haven't seen yet, is that Saint Martin used a cap to cover the pinion. Now I think that's actually a very nice touch, especially for something at this price point. I don't know if it costs that much, but to me that is a sign of them paying attention to all the small details, and it's a sign of quality, I want to say. When it comes to the Lume, Saint Martin is pretty much a staple, and they always had great Lume application on all their watches across the board, and this one doesn't disappoint either. We have C3 on the hands and indices, and also at the pip at the 12 o'clock, and it lasts throughout the night with no issues, again with minimum exposure to light. Let's talk about the movement now, because I think that this is where Saint Martin could have done things a bit differently. The movement powering this is the Chinese made PT5000. 25 joules hacking and hand winding, 28,800 beats per hour, so we have high beat here. It has around 38 hours of power reserve, and it has a date function. Now the movement has a date function, but the watch doesn't, so staying true to the watch that is homaging. So just to let you guys know, we will have a ghost position. We have a stated accuracy of minus to plus 12 seconds per day. This particular one managed to get an accuracy of minus 1 second per day, which is just amazing. For those of you that haven't heard of PT5000, this is essentially a clone of the ETA 2824-2. It's not particularly a bad movement, but it's being used more and more lately, particularly on watches from AliExpress. I believe there are pros and cons to the usage of this movement, and one negative is the fact that the movement, to my knowledge, was initially released in 2015, and this means that, you know, it's been in service for barely 6 years now, so long-term reliability hasn't particularly been proven. In terms of positives, because the movement is very thin, they managed to keep the thickness of the case down to an impressive 11.5 millimeters, and also the dial and the case are basically made for an ETA movement, since this is essentially a clone, so they can easily be swapped in case the PT5000 fails. Now, what did I mean when I say that Saint Martin could have done things differently? Well, given the fact that the movement is not tested, and also the fact that the watch has a ghost position, since we don't have a date window here, honestly, this is just me here. I would have much preferred a Seiko movement in there, preferably the NH38, since that doesn't have a date function. That would have kept the cost down, and also it would have eliminated that ghost position issue. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. The bracelet is a 20mm lug width 3-link oyster style that has these riveted plates on the side, which, if you take in consideration, is a 5-link. The rivets do actually hold it together and use screws for adjusting. Saint Martin provide all the necessary screwdrivers and tools, which is pretty cool, so you can adjust the bracelet easily. I had no issues, but you do need 2 screwdrivers. We have solid links and solid end links and a proper milk clasp with the Saint Martin logo engraved on it. Also, the clasp has double pushers and plenty of micro adjusts. No complaints here, to be honest. Well made and very comfortable, apart from those end links, of course, that should have been inverted end links like the original Black Bay 58. But like I said, you can always throw it on a leather strap, or if you want, Saint Martin do provide a NATO in the box, but personally I just didn't think the color suits it, so that's why I had it on the leather one. To sum it up, guys, there is no doubt that San Martin are playing with the big boys here. They're up there in my opinion with Squale and Steinhardt, and I just think in order for them to be taken a bit more serious, I personally think that they should invest in some marketing and move away from AliExpress and start doing their main business through their own website, because they've achieved micro brand status. They're just not operating at one. As for the BB58 Homage, I don't think you need me to convince you that this is a great watch. With San Martin, almost every single release, it's a given. Guys, that was my review of the San Martin BB58 Homage. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to click a like, subscribe to the channel, comment below if you have anything or any suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!